All right, let's just jump right in. We've all seen AI do some truly incredible things. I mean, writing code, creating art, you name it. But we've also seen it get things just bizarrely wrong. And with so much confidence, right?
And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? One minute, the AI is giving you this perfect answer, and the next, it's just complete nonsense. So you have to ask, what was it thinking? What's actually happening inside that digital brain?
You see, for the longest time, all we could do was look at the final answer. We had no way to see how it got there. Its thought process was a total mystery. And that right there is the heart of the problem.
And this is what the experts call the black box problem. You feed a question into one side, an answer pops out the other, but everything that happens in the middle, yeah, that's a complete mystery.
Here's a good way to think about it. Imagine a student in a math class who just writes down the final answer on a test. You don't know if they guessed or maybe cheated or if they actually understood how to solve the problem. If you can't see the work, how can you really trust the answer? Okay, so things started to get really interesting with the first major attempt to crack this open. It's a technique called chain of thought prompting, and honestly, it was a huge breakthrough, our first real peek inside that black box. So, if we go back to our math class example, chain of thought is like that student finally showing their basic calculations on the page. I mean, this was a massive step forward for transparency. For the very first time, we could actually follow the AI's logic. So chain of thought, people call it COT for short, it follows this really simple A to B to C path. But, and this is a big but, it turns out that its simplicity is also its biggest weakness. Here's the deal. The method is just too rigid. Think about it. If the AI makes one tiny mistake right at the beginning, the whole rest of the process gets thrown off. It's like a train that's jumped the tracks. And since it's static, it can't fix itself along the way. But get this, and this is the really scary part. Sometimes the AI can even fake its reasoning. It'll give you steps that look totally logical, but they're completely made up, just to justify a wrong answer. So to really crack open that black box, we need something better, something more dynamic, more honest. And that brings us to the Scratchpad framework. This is a brand new approach coming out of Paradroid Labs. And the idea here is so much bigger than just getting the AI to show its work. It's about turning the AI into a partner, a thought collaboration partner, one where its reasoning process is out in the open for us to see, to interact with, and even learn from. So how does it actually do that? How does it build this kind of collaboration? Well, it all comes down to forcing the AI to think in a really structured, transparent, and interactive way. Think of the Scratchpad as the ultimate show your work worksheet. This isn't just a simple straight line from A to B. No, this framework forces the AI to be methodical. It forces it to be self-aware about its own logic, and, this is key, it forces it to stay aligned with what you, the user, are actually asking for. Okay, so here's how it's structured. The whole process is broken down into 3 simple phases: the plan, the work, and the review. And each phase has these specific jobs. So in the plan phase, it does things like use a revision query, which means it actually asks you questions to make sure it understands the goal. Then, in the review phase, it uses metacognition, which is basically thinking about its own thinking, to check its own work for mistakes. It's like a built-in quality control system for AI thought. And the result of all this structure, it's a really powerful 2-for-1 benefit. And it's about way more than just getting a better answer from your AI. Okay, so the first benefit is the one you'd expect. You get a way more reliable, more accurate AI. That's great. But here's the really cool part, the surprising part. When you see how the AI is thinking, laid out so clearly and logically, you start to become a better thinker yourself. This idea has a name. It's called intelligence augmentation. The whole point isn't for the AI to replace you or make you obsolete. The point is for the AI to make you smarter. It helps you enhance your own critical thinking, which leads to better decisions. You're not just getting an answer, you're learning a better way to think. And this isn't just a theory. It's already having a huge impact in some really important fields. In education, for example, it can teach students how to think, not just what to memorize. In healthcare, it can make a doctor's reasoning process totally transparent.
It's a true force multiplier for our own intelligence, right where we need it the most.
So when you step back and look at the big picture, what does this all mean for the future? For how we work? For how we solve problems? Well, it's pointing to a really profound shift in how we relate to technology itself.
We're moving toward a future where we don't just use AI like a calculator or a search engine. Instead, we're going to partner with it to reason together to tackle our biggest, most complex challenges in a way we've never been able to before.
And that really brings us to the final takeaway here. The future of AI isn't just about building smarter machines. It's about building machines that help unlock our own potential. So the real question to leave you with isn't just what can AI do? It's what could you do with an AI that truly helps you think?